what do you know? New beard oil from Beardbrand. New formulation, new packaging, and new price. Get it over at beardbrand.com. Now onto the cut.
What's up, guys? We're not going to do that one again. Hi, how are you? Jared Gilbert of the Dapper Den Barbershop, Ridgefield, Connecticut. Jared Gilbert, Dapper Den Barbershop. Today we have Dan.
Where are you located?
Ridgefield, Connecticut. Hi, one more time. Hello there. This is Jared Gilbert of the Dapper Den Barbershop, Ridgefield, Connecticut. Today we have Dan. What are we thinking today? You've been coming to the shop for a while. You kind of have your normal cut.
I do, yeah.
Your hair texture is a big pain for me.
You're welcome.
And what do you want to? What are we thinking?
So we usually go for the skin fade, mid, kind of thin out the top a little bit, line up the beard, and just a simple trim.
Okay. We're gonna point the sideburns.
Point the
well.
sideburns.
Okay. The neck is still an issue with the razor, so we're
Always.
not gonna do a razor.
Correct.
Because of the texture of his hair, and the pores, and we'll get into more detail with that. So we're just gonna start off right now. His hair was a little wet, does have some product in there. I'm going to re-wet it and kind of just form what I want. And as you can see, it's not easy for me to jump through here. I'm going to be starting off with the Andis and the one clip. This will help me chop right through the texture of his hair, which is very thick. It is a pain to fade. It definitely is. But in this situation, with the motor that is in here, I believe it is a double rotary. It pops right through the hair here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going all the way up to the top fade line here with the one. I'm just going to clean this whole side off and all the way around with my one. Dan does woodworking as well as a very good chef. So he's always playing with food and fire and wood and other things that get stuck in his hair. So he likes it maintained practically like every week to 2 weeks, I would say, depending on what's going on in his life. So he really does keep it very short on the sides. I'm not going any lower than the top of the ear here because he likes to point out a hard line. So we'll worry about that next when we do the beard. Fabulous Pro.
Less calories than Starbucks coffee, though.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's less than 100, right?
I think it has,
98.
Win-win.
yeah, I think it has less calories than like Igloo Ice too.
Yeah.
And the UFO pants too. Those came around at the same time, right?
I never had that.
Those were like the rollerbladers.
Yeah.
Rollerbladers used to have those.
So what I'm doing now is I pretty much went all the way down to my liner. I went up to the one here. This will be texturized and blended in. Right now what I'm doing is I'm going to my Profoil Fabulous. I'm going down from the line. When I'm going down from the line, if you could zoom in a little bit more there, I'm angle cutting it this way so it's less thick. When I go up, it won't grab on the hair and irritate the pore. So first I'm going down all the way around the head. Now I'm reversing this and I'm going up. I'm going to be pushing flat, heavy-handed down here, and then when I get to about this area, I'm pulling off. I'm not going to establish a clean line because that's going to be part of my bottom fade line, which will be easier for me to take the liner afterwards and just scrape off. I notice sometimes with their different hair textures and whatnot that if I establish a hard line, it's very hard to get out. Dan actually did some of my woodworking in the shop here. Really good with it. Instagram is...
yeah, so the company's called Woodfire Food. That's wood_fire_food. Locally based company, and essentially we bring together open fire cooking, interior design, and woodworking all into one dining experience. And then with that comes custom furniture, private parties, weddings, so on and so forth. So
really
we're about
cool. Check it out.
Yeah, we're on our second year right now, and it's all about community, and I think that's the same model that this place is about. So that's why
Yeah.
we're here always.
Yeah.
Come on.
So we're gonna go back in with the liner. I'm just gonna be scraping straight up. I'm hitting it from down here where I went skin with the Pro Foil. And I'm hitting this area here and letting it pull off. So I'm following the curvature of his head. I mean, you got to do what's right for you and what makes the haircut come out the best. I find it works. James has his own techniques. Charles, we're pretty much teaching you a little of everything. So
This works for me.
yeah, TJ pretty much has a little of everybody's techniques. Dan, do you scrape or how do you work that?
So I scrape for sure.
You're a scraper.
Yeah,
You're a scraper.
I'm a
You're
big scraper. Yeah.
Scraper. Okay.
It's funny because that scraping is an actual woodworking term.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
But is that like with an awl? Is that what that
No,
is?
no. It's called scraping cards, and they're something like these stainless, thin, like 1/8 gauge stainless steel cards, and you use them on seams for wood, so it levels it out perfectly. And it's like essentially like a straight razor for wood.
Nice.
Same thing.
His hair tends to take me longer than normal fades. But I do what I have to do to make it look the way he wants it.
For the greater good.
Yeah. I finished my fade. I'm going in with my scissors now. I'm pretty much just going to be combing in the direction that I want it to go in. These are the Hattori Hanzos. They're pretty much like a point cut. I'm going to be using this to go across real quick to do a heavy texture.
You probably hear it 20 times a game, right?
And help thin out where I could get this comb through here. These are a little smaller, tighter, where I could just blend around the faded area.
Hit him in his eye. Caught his scent, yes.
It's all right. He's got two. That's why God gave us two, just in case.
Oh, I didn't touch the link.
He does have some product left in there.
Beardbrand for life.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're just jumping back into the beard. Hello there. With my liner, I'm going to go and clean the corner around his ear here. Now, like we said before, with his hair texture, it is very, very, very thick. And I've used the razor down there once or twice, and it's a no-no the next day.
I think it was twice, actually.
Yeah.
It was your
And then
first and last time.
Yeah, we just decided it's better not to. So we get it as clean as possible with the liner, and he's okay with that.
Very.
Now I'm just following through on the other side, doing the same thing. So when I start off under here, I'm going with the grain as the way I did the hair on the side with the fading. Because if I go against it, as we saw, it will get caught and pull, and in the saw, it will get caught and pull, and it's a little irritating.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like getting hit.
Yeah.
No. So now I'm going against, I'm stretching his skin over here. I'm trying not to irritate this any more than I already am. But this is a lot less irritation than using a straight razor. So what happens usually when you do use the straight razor? Ingrown hairs is pretty much what happens, or?
Yeah, I think it's ingrown hairs are kind of like the end result, and I always like I use like witch hazel anytime I do use it, but it's like it's more the irritation, like the forefront of it.
Yeah.
It's just like constantly red, constantly just like really sensitive, and it's not worth it for the 2 days where it looks clear.
Right.
It's just not worth it. So.
In the back area here, you can see how it's a little longer and blotchier, and he's got the cowlick that kind of swirls around. So I'm just angling this nicely, shaping it toward his jawline. I like this for the beards. It's nice and small. I could get into those little areas compared to my bigger ones. So what this is doing is it's angle cutting it, and it's also cutting some of those split ends off to help it stay healthy and grow. Now sometimes I will do this with a clipper, but I've actually been jumping more into the scissoring of the beards. I'm noticing I like personally the way it grows back. Now with his hair being so thick, I'm just gonna go over this area here because I know I'm gonna be chopping it off anyway. With the liner, and then real quick with the pro foil, just so it will help me glide over it with the razor. It's not too hot at all, right? Nope. Okay, we're gonna let that sit for a minute.
Yeah? Not too short?
I'm not using any shaving cream yet because I'm trying to establish where I want the point. And what I'm doing is I'm going on that angle and then I'm cleaning it off. Because, like I said, if you look at the top of the ear, it kind of whoops down over here, loops down, and follows into the corner of his mouth there.
Oh, you're leaving. Okay, yeah. So we're very excited about that.
That's where I'm getting my guideline from.
Next week, this is your pleasure. Pleasure. So long ski weekend. Yeah. So we just.
Now Dan likes the top very lined up over the top of the mustache as well. Not pencil thin, but pretty clean.
Yeah, let's do that, man.
I get in as close as I can with the straight razor here, and whatever I can't, I'll get with my little liner there. This just fits perfectly in this area, gets the corner. What we're talking about, me and Dan before, we're gonna actually do a little bit of the nose waxing for him. So I'm just getting the outside area here. I like to just hit this back area, usually with a dry shave. Believe it or not, it doesn't irritate him that much, but it gives a nice clean look to the beard, even though we're not doing down bottom. I'm just gonna slide this puppy in the corner here. I'm gonna grab another one. The idea with these are, it's not really that invasive where we're shoving it all the way in there. You wanna leave the hairs in the background. Those are important. The ones around the rim, that's what you don't want, because then it's standing out and people are noticing things. It's in the mustache, you're itching, and no need.
Should come with a complimentary shot of whiskey.
I mean, yeah, it sounds good. We could do it after the video. All right, guys. Number one. Woo! Woo! Got your money's worth with that one. Number two. Woo! Yeah, that was well worth the money. How was that? Was that all right?
It's good, yeah.
Everything you thought it would be?
Yeah, it's definitely not as sensitive I thought it would be.
No, you're pulling the hair, but it's not as bad.
Yeah.
So this is just a post shave that I'm going to be putting on him for all that irritation.
That's not that bad as the blood pours out of my nose. Everything's fine,
We'll put a little post shave in the nose area there. Okay, today I think I'm going to be using the styling balm for Vices.
Oh, I've skied a lot.
I think that's a scent that you would really like.
That's pretty on brand. Pretty
Yes.
on brand.
First, I'm going to warm it up in my hands here. Put it all in here. And put it down here.
Well, I work for the ski company, so that's kind of the idea.
Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my brushes.
Yeah, I mean, when you live close to the area,
Yeah, that's
When I was in New Mexico,
there.
it was
But that's only
I'm gonna use this Viking battle axe to fucking comb your hair.
All right, Dan. How we feeling? Nice and smooth, not too much irritation. Beard is looking and smelling great.
Man. Looking great, yeah.
Thanks a lot, Jared Gilbert, Dapper Den Barbershop. Thank you, Beardbrand. How we looking?
Great, man.
Feeling good?
Feeling great.
Skin is good, not too irritated?
Nope.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you soon. Beardbrand. Try that one more time. Beardbrand. Dapper Den Barbershop.
Beardbrand.
Beardbrand.
You're a loser.
Beardbrand.
All right, let's try that one more time.
Not gonna lie, I bet you thought that you weren't gonna see me around anymore. Well, it's true. If you want to see me around, you gotta head over to Beardbrand Alliance. Otherwise, if you hate me, stick around here at Beardbrand. I'm not here anymore.